Thank you so much for attending my presentation on why Dondozo will never die, and since we have a lot to talk about, let's quickly go over its stats, abilities, and moves. Dondozo is a physically defensive water type, akin to other strong pokes like Alomomola and Toxapex. Adding to this is Unaware, an ability that we're all very familiar with on this channel. This lets Dondozo ignore boosting threats, so it would normally be able to take advantage of its passivity and overpower it. In doubles, Dondozo also has a very unique interaction with Commander, which we'll talk about a little later. Dondozo's move pool is a bit bare, but it gets all the tools it needs. Dozo oftentimes runs a combination of Rest and Sleep Talk for recovery, and also learns Wave Crash and Curse to threaten opposing teams offensively. Dondozo is one of the better Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet singles from the beginning, mainly as a defensive pivot. It's arguably the best physically bulky Pokemon in the tier, only having two weaknesses that don't often threaten on the physical side anyways. Dondozo is a strong switch into dominant Pokemon like Great Tusk, King Gambit, Iron Boulder, and Gouging Fire. It can even threaten them in return with Body Press and the aforementioned Wave Crash. While it lacks an instant recovery move, Rest tends to get the job done, and Sleep Talk lets it continue to be a threat while burning through sleep turns. The Big Fish is an extremely strong Pokemon in VGC due to its synergy with Tatsugiri. When Dondozo and Tatsugiri are on the field together, Tatsugiri goes inside of Dondozo's mouth and increases all of its stats by 2 fucking stages. If you thought Dondozo was bulky before, have fun dealing with it now. Even though opponents will have 2 Pokemon on the field at once, Dozo is extremely difficult to take down. No matter what the format is, your team has to have an answer to this core, and if you don't, you will get steamrolled. Because it only takes 2 Pokemon, Dozogiri is often paired with other strong cores like Psyspam and Pownite to create the infamous 2-2-2 team structure. Dondozo is very good in a wide variety of formats and has gotten results in all of them. It's been OU since release, never quite breaking into the top of the tier but consistently getting usage. Even with amazing special attackers like Raging Bolt running around, the Big Bozo always finds a way. It's fallen off a bit since the beginning of VGC, but it's still really good. The new additions have made it much harder to pilot, but great players have found ways to keep it relevant. Dozogiri is adept at closing games and punishing players that aren't ready for it. It doesn't get a ton of usage anymore, but consistently cuts tours and regionals alike. It's also made its mark on 6v6 doubles. Tatsugiri, but interestingly not Dondozo, was banned from doubles OU early on and hasn't sniffed the tier since. In conclusion, Dondozo is one of the best overall Pokemon introduced in Scarlet and Violet. Its combination of fantastic defensive stats, a great ability, and a regional gimmick gives Dondozo a variety of unique niches. No matter what happens, Dondozo will still be there putting in the hours. Thank you so much for watching.